So today we would like to talk to you about crossroads in your professional career. And specifically, how long are you willing to go for a promotion when the promotion is actually challenging who you are going to be? Who you are going to be usually connects to what kind of relationship, how do you show up at work? If you are a leader, what kind of a DNA and an atmosphere you are creating within your team. That's a big suggestion because the promotion is something you worked hard for. This is your goal. This is what you worked so hard for. And it's actually a vote of confidence from the organization that you actually did a good job. But it comes with a carrot. And the carrot is not being you by the end of the day. And how far are you willing to go? And, before we'll jump into a yes and no, even the beginner question, are you open even to considering this in regards to who you are? Meaning, are you still open to a conversation about putting a little bit of a space, or it's going to be immediately, of course, this is what I worked for. So, Lena, how far would you go? How would you compromise yourself for actually getting a promotion?
I think it's a great question, and there's no right and wrong way to handle this. I think we spoke about it earlier. I mean, the first thing when something so significant happens in our lives is we've got to acknowledge it. We've got to give ourselves a pat on the back, whether it's a promotion or something we strive for, and it's like being handed to us, right? So it's like what you just said, like to create a space and acknowledge this is awesome, it's happening to me. And then the way I see it, there's like kind of the road almost like splits into three paths, into three different sections. The first one is like, this is awesome, I'm going for it, this is so aligned with who I am, that's what I've been working for, and it's a hell yes. And not as like a hell yes because I'm going to show them or my friends would be so proud of me or my family, but it's just like that visceral, that like freaking amazing. And then it's not a brainer. And then I think if that's how people feel, then maybe that video is not even for them, because what we're going to focus on is, I think, slightly two different paths that we can take. So then the second path is, that feels good, I have been working hard for it, but am I truly ready? And that's where we've got to get radically honest with ourselves, because I know like in the past, maybe not so much in my career, but through my speaking and, when I was applying, I remember about a year ago, I applied to speak at the biggest tech conference, and I've never spoken on a stage before. And there would have been like thousands and thousands of people, and they wanted to see what I've done. And I'm like, well, here's the podcast. So they said no. And I just knew it wasn't time. But in the meantime, another opportunity presented to me that I went and I spoke at that event, and then I used the video clip as that event to send it to this first event that I applied, and I got rejected. Well, not rejected, but they kindly said no. And all of a sudden I was in, right? So, I mean, even though the opportunity came to me, I just knew I wasn't ready. And of course, then there is a third one. And that's what's, I think, the topic was of today. How far are you willing to go? When there is a discussion that comes up, let's say between you and between the board committee, your boss, whatever, and they're asking you to compromise that part of you, to go against yourselves. And that's where I think even more honesty is required. How far am I willing to go?
So thank you, Lena. First, yes, in my opinion, first see this beyond this is what you need to do for a promotion. If this is what you need to do for a promotion and it's actually against who you are, meaning the actual feedback is about how you show up at work, what kind of a DNA do you bring to work, who are you as a person? So any conversation first should be viewed as, this is the first time in my career and I need to understand who I am. And I also want to emphasize that this is based on actual conversation I had with somebody. And what I made very, very clear to him is that he is the one that got chosen. So they're not looking outside. So as Lena said, it's very important to understand the situation without panicking, because the first thing we see is something that we worked hard for. And then we are getting blind and we don't see the situation. So first, by setting this conversation and having this conversation, we want to make sure you understand what it is actually is asking you. You are the one that got promoted, so you did a good job. But in the other side, they are giving you a feedback not just minor. It's actually challenging who you are. And for the first time in your life, you need to decide who you are. Meaning, first, even if you want this promotion, if you see this as the real thing that is going on, have this conversation first. Show them that they're actually challenging who you are. They're challenging the person that actually got the promotion. How would you create the magic next time? It's the same conversation that we had with people pleasing. Because this is you. You need to create another person. You need to be an actor. Are you sure you can do that? And actually, they're chucking the actor that got the Oscar. He got the promotion for this job. So first, setting the tone that this is actually the conversation, even having this kind of conversation is still standing by yourself, still deciding to be you, even though maybe the long-term conversation will be that you are accepting the promotion. The conversation we're currently having is not telling you what to do. It's just clearing a little bit, giving you option to see the conversation and maybe act through it differently, have a real conversation with the boss or the HR team that is actually currently open the conversation with you about the promotion, letting them know that you actually got the job. So still give yourself qualification instead of panicking that, wow, or dazzling yourself with seeing the actual truth or the actual conversation that you need to have by actually getting the thing you wanted. And then deciding by the end of the day if you can be something you have never been. And that is yours. That is completely yours. I can tell you that if you're not going to be you, you're going to invest a lot of energy in being something that you've never been, creating something that you have no idea what it is. And I'm sure that the next job will require a lot of energy. That will take the energy from actually investing in the company value creation and achieving the job that that's what they want you to do, in something that, in my opinion, is lost energy, in my opinion. But your decision, you're the one who knows what you can do. Anything you would like to add, Lena?
Yeah, I mean, you touched on a very important topic, energy, right? And the thing is, we need to understand is that energy actually introduces us before we speak. I love that phrase. I can't remember where I saw that. And it's so true, because we can be saying the right thing, we can be doing the right thing, but actually people, we all energetically connected. And I think if you are on this channel, you probably understand the importance of energy. We are all energy. And when you are trying to be who you're not, firstly, it's a lot harder to be who you're not than who you are. Even to be who you are, it's hard, but in a different ways, just because of our beliefs, our limitations get in the way. But at the end of the day, when you go against your nature, when you're trying to meet others' expectations, it's a recipe for disaster. Maybe not even for professional disaster, but for mental health, for emotional, for spiritual health. You are just damaging yourself. And that's why I think it's just so important to really connect with yourself, connect not just with your head and see what it looks like on paper, but with you, and feel into your body. What would it feel like? Can I really be showing up as the person I wanted to be? And one thing I want to say is that if you're going to start making a list, pros and cons, that is not the promotion for you. Because the thing is, that's when you start getting your mind. And remember, the mind has been designed to protect us, designed to keep us, I would say, almost limited and small. And it's based on our past experiences, beliefs, conditioning, our upbringing. So whenever we make decision with our logical mind, without listening to our heart and listening to our soul, those decisions are going to limit us. So when you truly know, not just think, but when you truly know that something is right for you, you don't need to do the pros and cons list, because as soon as you start doing that, that's not the real you speaking. So it's just one thing. Even if you take away from this video and you're like, oh shit, I'm already making the list, well, then maybe this, what I've just shared with you, resonates. Because just on the last note, just to end this, to say, I sometimes get, because I teach intuition and how we can connect to ourselves to understand whether or not the decision is right for us. How do we listen to intuition? So the question I get asked a lot, how do you know whether I'm making a decision from a logical mind or when it's truly correct, intuitive decision? And my answer is that your mind will tell you what to do, but then it will give you millions of reasons whether or not you should or shouldn't do something, while your intuition will tell you what to do and it will never give you a reason why. So just remember that when you're making decisions. It doesn't matter if it's a promotion, anything in life, but as soon as you're going to start justifying why you shouldn't do that, that's not coming from who you truly are.
So Lena, before I summarize, and I'm going to summarize as promised, we are the friends with the kind of ideas, topics, point of view that you never heard before. So my aim was today with choosing to talk about this is that you understand that you are the one who got promoted, meaning you are the one who hired, and they are asking you to be somebody else, the guy that was never doing this job. And that's the way you should think about it. That will give you maybe a different way to handle the situation. Second of all, remember that you are trying to create something that you have no idea how it looks like. And even if and part of it is the job that you are going to do, but it also the person that you are trying to be. And that is something that is a lie. We are telling ourselves that something maybe can do it, but we can't. So before we finish, I really want to wish you all that all promotion will be easy and that it will come with not a carrot and we're all going to achieve our goals. Oh, I forgot something. Sorry. Never make it the last part of your chapter. There is always a job that will take you as you. I know it's a scary concept, but remember that we're going to have failures. That can be one chapter in your book. Don't make it the closing one. So just wanted to say
I just want to quickly add something you just mentioned quickly. So, when it comes to the promotion, and that's what I'm saying, follow the feeling of excitement. How does it feel? Because with promotion, like what you said, you will probably be challenged to do things that you've never done before. And when you're being true to yourself, when you think it's the best thing ever, that's when the creativity flows, that's when the inspiration flows, that's where you can really inspire and energize people around you. But when you just kind of just think this is what you should be doing, and because it's going to look great on your paper, because others going to approve of you, the energy is going to be different. It's going to be really a lot harder for you to step into this creative shoes and inspire and energize your people. And ultimately, that's what true leaders do.
So remember, you're still the one who's got chosen for the job. So
yes,
good job.
Always give yourself that acknowledgement and self-love.
And with the wishes that all promotion will come easy, we will see you at the next video. Bye.